What recovery techniques are critical for sustaining long-term training consistency? I think what recovery techniques are, oh fuck, I forgot what word I was going to say.
Are helpful?
Are maybe interesting for sustaining long-term training.
Because if you say critical, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
maybe
recovery techniques,
interesting.
sleep.
What recovery techniques
Training,
are
sleep.
interesting
Yeah.
for sustaining long-term training?
When we talk recovery techniques, are we talking like stretching, physical things we
I
can
think
do, or are we talking
that's probably what they mean.
magical room of mirrors and?
Yeah, I saw I should have copied and pasted. He meant stuff like, like therapy gun, the percussion instruments, like red lights.
Well, he's saying
full-
critical. Nothing's critical, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah, nothing's
Yeah.
critical.
Yeah,
But certainly what's got the
What's
the best
interesting?
ROI, right?
Okay, ROI.
Because like a hyperbaric chamber is probably really cool. I want one, you want one, but they're 20 grand.
Right.
So best ROI.
Mirrors in the garden.
Sleep.
So outside of sleep, nutrition, cardio, the basics.
So let's run
what
through a
novel-
list. What are the things that are on trend at the moment? Red light.
Red light.
Yes.
Do we just go yes or no?
Yes.
Red light. Sauna.
I think
Yes.
it has value.
Ice bath.
I think it has
Yes.
limited but specific value.
Cryo chamber.
No.
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 Expand.
Because I tried it. It's bullshit.
It's mostly
It's,
just surface
it's way
level.
easier than an
Yeah.
ice bath, and if it's easier, that suggests to me it's not as good.
I just felt like cold
Yeah.
on my skin.
I was waiting for it to start the whole time, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Like massage gun or
Yeah.
electro gun?
massage gun.
I don't know.
Is that an electro gun or is that a massage gun?
That's a massage gun, and I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I have it, but it doesn't mean I know
Okay,
anything.
old school stuff that no one talks about because it's unpleasant. Foam rolling.
No, I don't think it's.
I don't
essential.
think.
No.
That only came out when CrossFit came out, from as far as
Did
I'm
it?
aware. Yeah, there's a reason why weekend warriors fuck themselves up because they don't know what they're doing.
I agree.
Trigger point.
That's interesting. I don't think it's essential or critical. It's interesting.
No, but just do we like it? Do we not like it?
Oh, that's what we're asking, if we like it or not like
Yeah,
it.
just yay or nay. We
I
did
think-
that on all the others.
Nay.
I don't hate it, but I don't do it
I don't
because I
do
don't
it.
know enough about it.
Um,
What's your answer? on trigger point?
Therapeutic. Oh, I'm sorry.
Trigger point.
I do think that has legitimate value, but I think it's very specific and not like
Problem
just a
solving value.
yes, not just a generic thing like, oh, you should definitely do that. But I do think there can be value in using it to find what nerve trunk is inflamed, what tendon or ligament is inflamed. So it can definitely have diagnostic value for sure.
Massages.
Yeah, but just general massage, that's probably
you
the
mean
first one I go
sports
to.
massage or like oily massage?
I would dare
Either.
say both.
Both.
They're different things.
Yes.
I know, but for me, they're just, I like them for the same reason. It's probably not the reason other people might. You guys probably agree on, but not other people.
Okay.
Yeah. They're just relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah, they
100%.
feel good.
No,
I always feel great
I
afterwards.
agree.
That's it.
let's
And they're
get
different
niche.
each time, so it's not
How-
like different what types are.
In that
yeah.
in that vein, people skip over, but just organized systematic chiropractic treatment.
Yeah.
I think is infinitely valuable.
Hey, I was going to ask you, what do you think of dry needling?
Same thing. If you look at the nervous system
Yeah.
and how how nerves work and where they are, there is definitely some legitimacy. Could you interrupt those impulses? Can you kink the hose? That sort of thing. Yes. Whether that's something that's regularly valuable, I doubt. Could it have specific applications? Almost certainly.
Interesting.
Cupping. That's not cool anymore.
No,
is it?
that's dumb.
I would never do it because
Don't
it makes
come.
me look
No,
dumb.
it's
I
just
don't,
super
I don't want to have an octopus.
No, I think if you do
tattoo
dumb
on my
things, you
back.
should be marked. I do think you should advertise your stupidity. But yeah,
But that was on trend
it's
at
still
the
what it
Olympics.
is.
Michael Phelps did
Yeah.
it, so it was cool for a little while.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it worked. He might have just done it.
But it was because
You,
he did
you
it, it
stay
was cool, 'cause he
stupid
looked
shit.
like an
You should have
octopus.
black eyes. I think that you should be marked. Yes.
How about the most lowest tech one? Active recovery.
What is that?
What's that?
Stretching?
Low moving on days that you're not exercising.
Not being a potted plant?
Yes.
Yeah, it's super valuable.
Yeah.
Right.
I would consider that a recovery technique. That's just living.
Yeah. I would
True,
just consider
true.
that having a decent lifestyle and not being a douche.
Is there anything else we think of that's obscure? There's stuff people used to do.
Electrostim. It's
Oh,
treadmilling with
my
the,
worst
Oh, like the
nightmare.
Mark Pro?
Yeah, like a TENS machine.
Things that we didn't cover that I think are valuable, and I don't know if this person puts them necessarily in the recovery bucket, but visualization, journaling, planning, active relaxation. I think all of those are infinitely valuable.
I think the grand kind of scheme here, or the theme here, is essentially things that reduce stress are probably best, and other things maybe not,
Yeah,
and some things lesser.
Well, then there's also PEDs.
Yeah, and then the ultimate recovery tool is just raise your recovery threshold with drugs.
Yeah.
You take 5 units of growth hormone every night and have wonderful sleep.
Yeah.
And
Then
fat
you
hands.
knock off 2 of those things. You're both anabolic and improving sleep.
There you go.
So yeah,
And fat hands.
and fat hands.
Fat hands,
Yeah, it's interesting when you have to draw the distinction between actually being a human being and recovery techniques,
Yeah.
because then you can you can start throwing in things like, I don't know, going outside,
Yeah, I mean, I would say that things like
which
everything
a
you
lot of
just
people
named,
don't do.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
know,
fair. That's fair.
just active relaxation, like just being mindful of things. That's part of life. You should be doing those things no matter what.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. They're skills you should have refined well before you move into athletics. I do agree.
IVs for recovery. That's trendy at the
You know
moment.
what? That's actually an interesting one. And I will not lie. I'm currently exploring that more than I ever did in the past.
I think the idea
I'm not
of
ready to plant my flag like this is a thing everyone should do. But I'm be-
Intravenous amino acids is definitely bollocks.
I'm becoming more interested. Delivering some of the water soluble and less digestible
Yeah.
vitamins, B's and C's, zinc.
Kind of Myers
Yeah,
cocktail, I think. is
yes, very much a
the
Myers.
hipster term for it.
I'm moving in that direction.
As we said before, if you can afford to do it, the downsides are
Very low.
very low, and the benefits are potentially
Yes, definitely I would frame it that way. Yeah.
This is fascinating. I think we can keep going, but
there. Mirrors in the garden.
well, mirrors in the
Do
garden.
you like
yeah.
the mirrors in the garden?
I
Because
do.
they're new
Yes.
to you, right?
Yes.
They're new,
again-
yeah?
I'm
again-
collecting.
Okay.
In that mirrors in the garden made me think of it. In this, we sauna, a whirlpool, all these things, all valid. As is sunbathing, whether it's actually outside in the sun or a sunbed. Driving the solar cycle on oneself is both relaxing. It both drives physiological adaptations. I think it's a no-brainer, and I see all these porcine pink bodybuilders and athletes, and I'm wondering, like, how are you leaving such low-hanging fruit just right there? Besides the fact that historically a tan has been associated with physique, it actually drives physiological and psychological adaptations that are positive. That to me seems like phenomenally low-hanging fruit.
I don't want to extend this too long because I know there's time here, but I think it also matters. Like, for example, like 5 days ago, I got 145,000 steps in 2.5 days because I helped move,
Yeah.
and my feet and my legs hurt, which is not good for my athletics.
Yep.
But it depends on the type of stress, which type of recovery
Oh,
method
100%.
you want to implement, and whether you guys think it's bullshit or not. The air compression leg things, the Normatec.
Yeah, but compression works.
I find it's super helpful when you've been on your feet all day long.
Yeah.
Particularly, I don't find it's really that helpful after like leg day, but after you've been on your feet working, that affects your leg training,
Yeah.
and that the air compression helps recover me from the stress of being on my feet too long. So
Agreed.
that helps me train. Yeah.
Compression is definitely a thing. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know people love to poo-poo the medical community, but out of all the things we've talked about, that's the only one you would really find in a medical facility. You go in for appendicitis or something, you're immobilized. One of the first things you do is strap compression leggings on you to keep circulation high so to reduce the risk of blood clots.
Right.
So they actually think it's so valuable that they're willing to put it on sick and immobile people. Probably has some benefit.
Okay, yeah.
And one last thing to wrap this all up is essentially if you aren't doing the major things like sleep,
Yeah.
nutrition,
Hydration.
drugs, that a lot of these things you should probably not be.
These are all the
putting-
1%.
Yeah, there you
Yes.
You know, and the 1%, if you're doing the 90%, is great, but not necessary. The 1%, if you're not doing the 90%, is fucking irrelevant.
Yep.
Unless you like doing it, which is fine.
go. Yeah.
Mirrors in the garden.
Yeah, mirrors in the garden. I don't know if it's still the same here. But ice baths are super popular in the UK still, and I tell people all the time, there's one really good reason to do it. You like doing it.
Right, you
Like,
feel better
Yeah,
afterwards.
if you feel better, you like it.
I'll say one thing after that. Ice bath's another reason to do it. I think it just builds resilience.
I think people forget that
I
being
feel like
better
I'm-
able to tolerate cold exposure because you've trained yourself to do it is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Like
that's cool too.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing to be
We flex
adapted
about
for.
such weird stuff in the future, don't we?
Yeah.
Like 1990, turn around and go, you know what, I'm good at being in the cold. And we go, right, I put a coat on, what's your point? But 2025, fucking look how long I can stay cold for.
Yeah.
It's now cool.
Because I can't afford a coat. Because I had to buy an ice bag.
Thanks,
Cutting
David
clip.
Goggins.